Be tape now. Woo.
Thank you all very much for having me. First of all, I'm very humbled. It means a lot that to have so many supportive people in our community. It's great to see that people still want to support you. So a little bit about me. So my name is Ananya, and I'm in grade 11. I go to Pine Tree Secondary. I used to be in the IB program before moving to secondary, so I moved. And I am a fencer. I am an Indian classical singer. So I'm quite involved in the community, and I'm also the vice president of the Tri-Cities Interact Club. So I'm quite involved in the Rotary community as well, and I hope to be sitting where you guys are one day as official Rotarians. So last summer I was in Argentina. I attended the Y20 summit. For those of you who don't know, do you guys know what the G20 is? The group of 20, the G3. So the group of 20, they're the world's top 20 economic countries, or the most, the ones we're looking at right now, I guess. So Argentina was the one hosting those conferences and was the president of that committee last year. And the Y20, which is the Youth 20, is a sector of the G20. So that was being held, the summit in Argentina. And I went there with a team of 15, and I was the only representative from Canada. And I got there, and I was able to tell the delegates what Canada was doing with terms of the future of work and education. Those two topics are very important to me, as I feel like our next generation, we're just there supporting ourselves. But unfortunately, not all of us know exactly what we want to do. There's so much out there, there's so many opportunities that it's hard for us to fine tune them. And being at that conference and telling these delegates that are officially chosen by their governments what it is that youth from 15 years old would like to see happening in our communities on a more global scale was a huge thing for me. And with regards to education, I'm obviously in high school, so it was really great to share my high school experience with people that are obviously now working, and being able to share that on a global perspective to see what other nations are doing as well. From that trip, I have learned so much. My passion for international relations just kept growing. That passion actually started about 4 years ago. I am part of the Model United Nations community. So Model UN is essentially a simulation of the UN. So we debate and discuss world issues, for example, the opioid crisis in Canada, and we get to represent countries, and we get to talk about things at a world scale. And that a lot of those conferences actually happen right here in the Lower Mainland. There's some happening in a couple months. So if you know anybody that's youth that would be interested, please let me know. I would love to get connected with that. But apart from that, so that just kept me motivated, and obviously the work that I see happening in our community, locally and globally, has kept inspiring me to keep going towards my passion of international relations diplomacy. And now that leads me to being the trade ambassador for Canada to Peru. I was chosen to be a team of 15, but this time I'm actually one of the youngest out of the entire team. I'm 15. The rest of the team is about like university. Some of them are already working now. So I will be going to Peru next month, and this is all through Global Vision. So Global Vision is actually, they work a lot with the Rotary community, for those who may know. Global Vision is connected directly with the Prime Minister's office. They do a lot of work together, and they've been to many of these, or they've conducted many of these trade missions. Last time they were in Peru was 2016. They took a different team, and now hopefully this year we can strengthen those ties that they've already laid down for us. This year is particularly extra special because of the 75th anniversary of Peruvian and Canadian relationships. So we hope to achieve a lot. And last year they were in China, Beijing, and they did a lot of work there with the ambassadors in China. So I just hope to continue taking that work. And last Saturday, actually, I was at the Tri-Cities Chamber of Commerce. People were generous enough to have me there. It's honestly an amazing experience. I don't think I felt so respected, and like I just felt like a celebrity. Honestly, it was amazing. The way people that were obviously in very high positions, owning their own businesses and having these amazing jobs, were coming up to me so humbly and talking to me, a 15-year-old who honestly doesn't know that much about the world yet, absolutely amazing, and that again has inspired me to just keep working harder and harder. And I really, really hope to be able to do something in Peru and bring that back here to our community where I can share and make us better as a global community and a local community as well. In Peru, I'll be connecting companies from Canada to going to Peru and vice versa. I'll be working with the educational institutes there and trying to see if any Peruvian students would like to come here on sorry, what's the term?
Exchange.
Yes, exchange program. Thank you. As well as seeing if any Canadians would like to go there. Rotary, there are tons of clubs in Lima where I'll be staying in Mia Flores. So I hope to be visiting some of their clubs there and seeing if there's anything I can be doing with terms of projects there, or seeing if there's any international projects I can bring back to my club. We're currently looking for some projects to be working on, so hopefully that goes well. But if there's anything that I can do for this club and take you guys to Peru, that would mean the world to me. I know you guys have already established a lot. I was recently chatted with Dr. Kathleen Ross. She was amazing. She's absolutely wonderful. She told me a lot about Peru. She actually works a lot there. So I was able to talk to her. She inspired me a lot, honestly, the work she does there in Peru. Of course, she's not going this year, but she did mention that she's been there in the past, so hopefully I get to work with her organizations. Again, so I'm trying to raise $4,500 that will go towards the funding for my trip. Everything is, it's a nonprofit organization, it's a charitable fund, so everything has to be done through companies. It can't be from like my parents. So yeah, so that's what I'm currently working on. I am a quarter way there. People were generous enough at the at the Cala. So that was really inspiring. I hope to be taking some of these companies to Peru, seeing if there's any work that I could be doing there, and I hope I can do something for Rotary as well, because it's definitely a community I want to be part of for the rest of my life. Yeah. And if there's any questions you guys have, I'd be more than happy to answer.
So what kind of process was it for you to go through to be vetted, to be chosen? How did that all work?
Yeah, for sure. So first, there's something called the Young Diplomats Program. So you have to be like 21 plus, or at least first year university to apply to be that in that program. So I'm constantly just checking up on that website because I want to be there one day. And I saw this one little tab. It said Global Vision Ambassador, and I thought let's check it out. And they had an application open, so I applied. Didn't think I would get in. So first I got pulled through. I had to make a video application. So that went through, and when I was interviewed, so this was a process that was held all through Canada. 1,000 people applied, and I was selected amongst a team of 15. So yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
There is a Rotary club in Coquitlam who went to Peru with a whole group of, I think, was doctors and.
Well, that's Kathleen.
Yeah, that was Kathleen.
That's Dr. Kathleen Ross.
Oh, that's the one?
Yeah, she's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fact that you were a little bit late in arriving maybe was a good thing, because being a classical singer, your ears probably were going as we sang "O Canada." So maybe we should have had you here, or maybe we shouldn't. I'm not sure which. So
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
What is it that interests you or inspires you in becoming a diplomat in the future?
Actually, it's funny because when I was 2 years old, I've always wanted to be a doctor. I was like mind set on that. There was no way to change that. Everything I did was towards becoming a doctor, and I think part of that is just because I've always wanted to help people. Ever since I was a kid, I was raised to always look out for the person next to me, and make sure that I was okay and the person next to me was okay and my entire community was okay. So growing up with those skills and those ideologies, it really kept me going. And after I decided not to become a doctor, I think like a year ago, I saw that same drive in all the people that I talked to that are diplomats and are on a more of a global scale, and I thought, why can't I help on a local scale and a global scale? I think the idea of helping people on a global scale and seeing
do for fun?
For fun, actually, that is a good question. Honestly, I find this work pretty fun, to be honest. But I like hanging out with my friends when I can. Unfortunately, I don't get to do that as much as I would like to. But I love watching movies, and I'm honestly volunteering like a lot of the time. I just love being involved in the community. I feel like it's so important that we give back. Because the community, like I saw at the gala that night, the way people were coming towards me, being so ready to help, I really saw that drive of community and being together, and giving back to me is such an important thing. I think that's where I find my little fun and amusement. Yeah, I like doing it with my friends. I invite them out, but if I'm not doing volunteer work, I love watching movies. Probably at the park with my friends or at the mall. Yeah.
Do you know, is there any interact clubs that are down in Lima?
There are some Peruvian intract clubs that follow our Instagram page, but I'm not too sure if they're from Lima. They seem to be from like elsewhere, but I'm trying to find some intract clubs there. Yeah.
Just curious if there was comparable groups.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I'm actually looking for them right now.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. Any other questions for Ms. Pampana?
Well, there is a Rotary Club Finder, an app if you want to go there.
Yeah, I think I'll never check that out.
And
Yeah.
then, they will show you exactly where all the clubs are, when they meet, and from there onwards you can go with some more information.
Yeah.
That's very helpful.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's interesting what you say where when you're at the gala and you're so impressed because all these people that are business owners and others, and it was a pretty impressive gala. There was a great group of folks for sure, and the speeches and everything are getting better and better every year. People are a little less strict on what they write, and they do it more off the cuff, and it was very impressive. So, but from my perspective, being on the other side of the fence and seeing something like you, and I'm sure a lot of the other business people are the same, that it's so refreshing and impressive to see young people that are so far ahead of the curve in terms of what they want to do, where they're at, all the good that they're doing, just in the heart, having the give back spirit, and that's fantastic. And I think that's what drives them to come to you to say, wow, because you just do not see that as much as we'd love to see it. So congratulations on you, and thank you for doing such a great job on that.
Thank you so much.
And on that note, we're going to help you get a little closer to your goal. And Brad, as the new generation's chair, come up and present Ms. Pampana with a check that we have, and good luck cashing this thing. But we have a check
wow,
for
that's
you.
huge. Wow.
I know, we have a check for you. It's as tall as your own. Yes, a check for you from our club for $500,
Thank you so much. Wow.
and we will put that into the donation. So maybe we can get a picture over here by the road. Come on. So, so here, come in the center. And we're gonna get our banner in the background. Here we go.
Just one more.
Beautiful, great.
Thank you.
Anyway, what we'll do is, we're quite sure how to deposit the money through on the link. So today when I go back to work, I'll get that taken care of. So we were gonna write an actual check, but it's like, no, we can do it online, right? So
Yeah.
we'll do that. So behind the scenes, we'll get it taken care of. So today I'll have that done for you.
Great, thank you so much. This really means a lot. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome. This means a lot to us too, and we're
Yeah.
so happy to support people that are doing such great things. So.
And I would love to, after my trip to Peru, I would love to come back and share everything that I've learned and all the work that I've done.
Well, you beat me to the punch on that, because the very next thing I was going to say was thank you. Yeah, we'd love to have you back and hear how it all went, and maybe what your thoughts are moving forward.
For sure.
And boy, oh boy, you're never going to be away from a home in Rotary somewhere,
Yeah.
because everybody would love to have you as part of the club, whether it's Interact, Rotary, whatever it is. So you'd be more than welcome anywhere around the world, I'm sure.
Great. Thank you
Anyway,
so much.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Greg, can you kind of share the link with the club? Please?
Not only,
Yes.
go ahead.
Well, yeah, because I sent it to the directors. I need to, okay.
Not only that, we would like to thank you very much for the presentation, and we will vaccinate 10 children against polio in your name
Thank
to
you so
eradicate
much.
polio around the world.
Wow.
Right? Here you are.
Thank you.
There you go. So double win.
Why are you looking at him and not me? I see a little
Thank
flag.
you.
Well, that's fantastic. That was just exactly how I thought it might be, and you talk about being inspired. Well, you inspire us, or at least me for sure, and I'm sure others as well, because it's so refreshing and great to see.